What do you want to make today?
Tacos.
Tacos. Okay. All right. So we're making tacos. Welcome to episode. What are we now? 4?
No, 3.
No.
Wait,
we
no,
haven't-
actually 4 yet.
4. We just haven't published 3 yet. So episode 4, cooking with Dad, making tacos. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep all our ingredients like we did over here. So we've got some tomatoes. We got some onions, white onion chopped fine, a little rice. We've got our ground beef. So, Mr. Assistant Sir, if you will, throw in the ground beef in the skillet.
Just all of it?
Put it all in there. Yep.
Okay.
Of course, our hands are clean.
Yep.
We've done all that. Okay, now use your hand and get it in there. Just grab it and put it in there. That way the grease doesn't splatter and get all over you. There you go, and just set it in there. All that in goes in there. Put it all in there. Beautiful. Okay, good work. All right, we're gonna cook the onion. Now, a lot of people would cook the onions first or soften those ahead of time, which we can do. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done it both ways. But this way I like, because it just seems to give more flavor to the meat, and you don't end up burning the onions. That's the bigger trick. If you cook the onions first, then you might have a tendency to burn. So, all right, we're gonna get that mixed just like that. Put it on about a medium heat, and then
Lettuce in! Why did I do it in that voice?
Lettuce. All right, and then we're gonna let it sit. All right, so now it's time for a little trick. A lot of people do it, but you know, one of my favorite ways to make tacos is, have you ever seen the Seinfeld episode where they're on the airplane and they're talking about the hot fudge? The hot fudge is on the bottom, and you can control your hot fudge distribution. One of my favorite episodes, right? So if you're over 35, you probably get that joke. If you're under 35, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, same thing. Hot fudge sundae, control the distribution. Same thing with the cheese. You want it on the bottom, okay? A lot of people go to a restaurant or something, they're gonna put the cheese on top. Huge mistake, huge mistake. You want the cheese on the bottom and then the meat. That way you get a meaty, cheesy bite every single time. So we've shredded up some cheese here. Our cameraman did a great job shredding this cheese for us. So we're just gonna stuff these shells
May I
with
try?
some cheese. Okay, Garrett, go ahead. Now these are, I'll be honest with you, these are not my favorite shells. This is just what they have at the store that we went to. A lot of places carry some shells, some different shells that are in a white box with red lettering. I don't remember the brand, and plus we're not sponsored by them, so I wouldn't say it anyway. Those are the better ones because they're thin, real thin shells, real crispy. When you heat them up, put some cheese on them, they're delicious. These are a little bit thicker, and so they're not quite as good. Oh, that's not a thing, dude. Yeah, just make sure everybody gets them, all the shells. So these shells are a little thicker, not as good as those really thin, light ones in the white box, but it's what we have. So it's what we're going to use. We're going to make the best of it. So we've got our oven warming up. We're going to take those taco shells here in a minute, and we're going to put them in the oven. We're going to melt the cheese, heat the shells up. It's going to be delicious. But while we're waiting on that, we're going to finish with our meat. We take a little bit of garlic, not a whole lot. A lot of people would think that's a ton. Depends on who you are. Put a little of that in there. I like this Chop House seasoning. Put a little of that in there, not a ton. Okay. And then, I'm telling you right now, the secret to a good taco is you put some pepper in there, and then you put a little more, and then you put 5 times more than that. Just put a ton of pepper in there. I don't know why it is, but just pepper seems to really, really make a good taco. Lots of fresh ground pepper. There we go. So we're gonna mix all this up now. Got the garlic, salt, a little Chop House seasoning, and the onion, and of course that black pepper. All right, this ground beef is really coming together. It's looking good. It smells delicious. Our onions are getting translucent. They're nice and soft, lots of releasing all that flavor. Now, one thing too, we got about an 80-20 mixture on the meat, so it is pretty greasy, but that's where the flavor is. That's Flavor Town. So it's not the healthiest option, But if you want good, tasty tacos, you need some fat in there. And we are going to fill our tacos.
You missed one. There we go.
There we go.
Got one more. This reminds me of the taco monster from the Chance of Cloudy of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. That's a good movie.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to pop this in the oven. There we go. While we're doing that, now while that's going to warm up, melt that cheese, we're going to make some rice. Okay. Now, full disclosure here, this is not authentic Spanish rice. It is nowhere near authentic Spanish rice. So for all the Spanish rice fans out there, this is not it. So I don't want any hate mail. I don't want any hateful comments. This is just a delicious rice. Okay. All right. So we got white minute rice. We got a can of cream of chicken soup, and Garrett's gonna pop that in right now.
How many?
The whole thing, the whole can.
Okay.
Just drop it in. Good. Excellent. This is the secret ingredient to a lot of things. Very flavorful. Brings a lot of flavor to your rice. Can of red enchilada sauce. So I'm going to drop this in. We're going to put about half a can in there. We don't want to put too much. Okay, and that's going to give it a nice flavor. This is some cheater Spanish rice here. Very flavorful, but again, by no means authentic. But it tastes good. Now, what do you think it needs?
Let it sit.
No, fresh pepper!
Oh!
Fresh pepper!
Looks like eggs.
Put a little fresh pepper in there. Wonder if we could call this like a Mexican risotto.
No.
Do you even know what risotto is?
I don't know.
It's got the consistency of a risotto. That's what we're going to call this. We just made it up. This is Mexican risotto. Okay. There we go. Boom. Done. Delicious.
Bonjour.
You're going to love it. All right, now it is time to pull these out of the oven. The cheese is good and melty. Oh, yeah. Look at that. You know all that grease happening there? That's how you do it. Yes. Good stuff. All right, we've got some fresh chopped tomatoes that we'll put on there. And we've got Cooking with Dad tacos. Good job. The table is set. Got some fresh tomato.
Hold up.
Our Mexican risotto. Oh, we gotta have to put a little tahini on here now. Try that. Grayson, what do you think of the rice?
Good.
Good? Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just
Okay.
make my tacos. Let me prep them real quick.
Everybody loves tahini.
Okay, let me take a bite of this.
All right, get after it. Greasy, melty. What's the verdict?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Beautiful. All right. Cooking with Dad, another success. Cheers.